A very warm welcome to everyone who's joining today. My name is Deepika, and I'm based at Deakin University, South Asia office in India. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all here. Allow me to introduce our guests for today. We have Ashish Mathur and Padma Omi. Hi, Ashish, and hi, Padma. Ashish is a master's in hi. Ashish is a master's in IT specializing in security and networking from Deakin University with skills and certification in a number of areas, including Splunk, is that right? SPLUNK, and Microsoft Cloud. He's currently working towards his certifications in Azure Solution Architecture. Okay, Ashish, this all sounds Greek to me, but I'm sure this makes a lot of sense to all our students who join in today. Prior to joining NTT as a security engineer, he spent 2 years in retail managing 120 people and 14 stores. And says that the time talking to customers and leading teams has given him an excellent grounding in customer service. I'm sure. 120 people is huge. Wow. He loves working in cybersecurity space because the opportunities are so great and because there is a real chance for everyone to have a significant and impactful career here. He received one of only 5 technical awards for ARN 30 under 30 technical leader in 2020, which celebrate individuals who possess technical expertise and innovation skills, go above and beyond their daily working life, demonstrate excellence, make a vital contribution to their current employer, and show a burning desire to progress their career. Wow. Congratulations, Ashish, on that award. Our next panelist is Padma. She's currently pursuing Masters in Cybersecurity and has completed 5 units so far. She's working professional. She's a working professional and currently associated in a senior management role with an MNC bank in retail banking for several years now. She took up the challenge of going back to studies after a considerable gap since she wanted to expand her horizon in terms of knowledge and growth and reinventing herself in this constantly changing world. She intends to work in expert security roles across different industry segments and not be limited to banking alone. Welcome to the show, Padma. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Before I dive into a discussion with our guests, I would like to share a quick introduction of the university with all the student attendees who participated here. Not a very long presentation, but a very quick and important presentation which will help you identify why you want to study at Deakin University. So take a look here. I'm going to share my screen now for everybody. And in fact, I wouldn't do the talking. I have a welcome message from our Pro Vice Chancellor, which I'm going to play for you. Just a 2-minute video here for you all. I hope you all can hear.
Hello, I'm John Maloney, the Pro Vice Chancellor International at Deakin University, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to Deakin, Australia. Deakin is a global leader, ranked in the top 1% of universities worldwide and across a number of study areas. Deakin graduates consistently rank us first in Victoria for student experience and graduate satisfaction. And at Deakin, we believe in the importance of hands-on experience and practical knowledge. We provide our students with opportunities to enhance their practical skills in our world-class facilities and through job placements to help you graduate career ready. We offer a number of scholarships for international students to support your education here in Australia. Deakin wants you to enjoy your university experience as well as succeeding in your studies. That's why we offer a complete range of support services, from orientation and welcome sessions, health, well-being and safety services, to academic support and social activities. Beginning your degree is the start of a very exciting journey, and we can and will support you every step of the way. I look forward to welcoming you at Deakin University soon.
Thank you everybody for watching that. I think our Vice Chancellor has covered it all. I don't need to say anything more, defines everything that Deakin University stands for: top rankings, focus on learning, focus on student satisfaction and university career services, graduate employability. Everything that a student would want for, we have it all there at the university. Just to tell you a little about Deakin University as it stands today, we've got more than 66,000 students from across 120 countries, from which over 3,000 are Indian students at the university enrolled as on date, right? We have strong leadership, we excel in research and educational areas both. And we are known strongly for good teaching, generic skills development, graduate employability, and student satisfaction. We've got 15 research institutes and centers, over $85 million of research income, and 250 research completions to our credit. Deakin features in top universities by Excellence in Research Australia. Deakin's Future Economy Precinct in Geelong, it provides an important link between technological innovation and commercial outcomes. Awarded a 5-star rating for skills development as well. Yes. So that's Deakin University. The degrees that you will be studying, most of these degrees have been defined and designed by the industry advice. So we've got the industry advisory board, which works with the faculty to design a curriculum that meets the industry requirements. So whatever courses that you will be studying at Deakin University, they have been informed by industry leaders. This is what is expected from a professional, and that is what you will be learning. Workplace learning is an important aspect of all the courses that you would be studying. So the learning will be based on project-based project learning, as well as your work integrated learning, which is going to be mandatory as part of all IT courses that are provided at the university. We've got innovative technology and advanced facilities that you will be able to avail for. Just a gist of what we offer at the university. So we've got more than 500 courses being offered at various levels of undergraduate, postgraduate, high degrees by research, and non-award courses that are offered at the university from our faculties of arts and education, business and law, health, science, engineering, and built environment, which also includes the School of IT. We are ranked 3rd in the world and 1st in Australia for sports science. We are ranked 30th in the world for nursing. We are ranked 31st in the world for education. And we are ranked in top 100 universities worldwide for computer science and engineering. We've got 5 campuses spread across Victoria. Most of you students will be studying at the Burwood campus, which is in Melbourne. We've got 2 regional campuses in Geelong, which is called the Wanponds campus and the Waterfront campus. We've also got a Warrnambool campus, which is again a regional campus and is also covered under the Destination Australia program. And very importantly, a very strong cloud campus. So Deakin's cloud campus actually is, based on years of technical expertise and the infrastructure that we have built up. Last year, when the pandemic struck and the entire world was trying to figure out a way to impart education to its students, Deakin was able to seamlessly transfer the entire on-campus students to its cloud campus. We had more than 60,000 students who were studying with us in July and November last year. Right? And this was actually made possible in a very, very seamless manner, primarily because A, we had the infrastructure to allow that and to enable that. B, the faculty knew already how to teach the students via the virtual mode. C, most of the courses at Deakin University have been designed keeping in mind the idea of cloud first. So students who are studying via the cloud, they get the same level of engagement, the same content, and they learn from the same faculty as an on-campus student would get. The only difference being, yes, you're not there on campus and you're studying via the virtual cloud mode. Right? This is going to be an important campus for all those who intend to start the studies with us either in November this year or early next year. Touching upon this aspect again, I'd just like to add on here on the current situation with the international student mobility. In fact, there was a news from a news release by the government today, wherein they have indicated that by Christmas, they will be able to facilitate free air travel for, Australians for them to reach into the country as well as to fly out from the country. And they will also be launching a few pilot projects for students, which means that there will be a trickle of population, international student population, who will be able to travel to Australia for their education. A larger chunk of population is expected to travel sometime early next year. However, these will be the students who have already started their course with us last year or even earlier than that, or probably starting courses like nursing, which are priority courses. And students who start with us afresh, it is expected that throughout the year, probably towards the second half of the year, you should be able to start traveling to Australia. So keeping our fingers crossed there, I think it is a very, very good opportunity for students to plan their education now. Just a little glimpse of our IT facilities at Deakin University. This is at the Melbourne Burwood campus. Take a look, not too long, just a 1-minute video. I hope you like the glimpse of our facilities at the Melbourne Burwood campus. We've got a very strong write lab. We've got a discovery lab where you will be able to plan, think, and ideate on the ideas that you wish to work with. We've got a lot of degrees being offered at Deakin University at both the undergraduate and the postgraduate level. To touch base on them, we've got a Bachelor of Artificial Intelligence. As the name suggests, it focuses on artificial intelligence. We've got a Bachelor's of Computer Science, Bachelor's of Cybersecurity, Bachelor's of Information Technology, and a Bachelor of Software Engineering honors. Now, most of the degrees at the undergraduate level are 3 years degrees. However, the Bachelor's of Software Engineering degree is a 4 years honors degree. All the degrees are accredited by ACS, which is your Australian Computer Society. The Bachelor's of Software Engineering, being an engineering degree, is also accredited, has got a provisional accreditation by Engineers Australia. We've got degrees at the postgraduate level as well. So we've got a Master's of Cybersecurity. We've got a Master's of Cybersecurity Professional. We've got a Master's of Data Science, and we've got a Master's of Data Science Professional. We've got a Master's of IT, and then we've got a Master's of IT Professional as well. So the difference between a standard and a professional is that the standard degree would apply to somebody who does not have the prior educational background in IT, but who has been working in that space, probably after completing certain years of experience, or probably after undertaking certain certifications which are really recognized and which give him an advantage to be in the space. However, the professional courses are designed with the idea that the students already have a formal education in related backgrounds, and they will already have the basic understanding of the IT world when they start with their education. Take a look at these courses, and I'm sure you will see the difference there. The Masters of Cybersecurity, for example, would focus first on the foundation skills that are required for IT studies, and then take on to advanced level of cybersecurity programs. However, the professional course would offer you the opportunity to do capstone units as well as on work integrated learning. Yes, so those are the important difference between the two courses. All the courses at Deakin University, the IT courses are recognized by ACS, which is accredited by ACS, which is the Australian Computer Society. This is a very important benchmark from a professional aspect. All the courses will involve work integrated learning, which is going to be more than 100 hours, of work that you will be doing on real projects which you have sourced from real clients, right? Apart from that, the course also offers you an opportunity to network with professionals. We've got a lot of industry linkages that you will be able to utilize from. And additionally, all the learning at Deakin University for our IT courses is based on project-based learning. So there will be real projects that you will be working and a hands-on approach that you follow at the university. You will be spending a lot of your time at the IT labs. So it will make sense for you to either stay on campus or probably look up spaces which are closer to the campus. Just a brief about what does a capstone unit at Deakin look like and what does it entail?
The capstone discovery lab is really the foundation of where students do their final capstone program. All Deakin students, regardless of whatever degree they do, have to do a final year capstone program, which lasts probably about 22 to 24 weeks. It incorporates 2 units, a project design and a project delivery unit. Deakin made the decision that we actually wanted to engage industry into our capstone program. You'll be working on real world challenges that are industry. They come in the form of a product brief, and you'll work in squads to ideate and try and solve challenges that business is facing.
The stuff that you work on will actually help other people, for example. It involves working in kind of different industries as well. So not just IT related projects.
I've had the opportunity to try security architecture work, maturity assessments, governance work.
You get a project proposal from a real world client, and then you work with the client to deliver that particular project. I think it's really exciting, because I'm doing it this trimester. So the one that I'm working on is the Study Buddy app. Being a cloud campus student this year, I know what it's like to be on campus, and now I know what it's like to be off campus, and I can see how off campus students feel. So I think breaking down that barrier is going to be really exciting.
We have been talking about student satisfaction. Student satisfaction actually stems from the support services that are available to the students. We've got a very strong personalized platform called Deakin Sync, where all the learning and engagement with the university happens. So when you enroll at the university, this will be your go-to tool wherein you will be able to connect with the university and with your faculty and do your learning, conduct your learning sessions, read, be online, access your online libraries and various other resources. We also offer a free airport reception for all students, international students who are coming to Deakin University. So there will be free airport delivery, which can be arranged for students. Obviously, they have to tell us 2 to 3 days well in advance so that we can organize that. We have a very strong focus on orientation programs and open days. Now, an orientation program is very important, especially for an international student, primarily because it helps them understand what the university is offering, what are the support services that you're offering, how do you go ahead with your learning journey, and they help you probably tell you more about the clubs, the facilities, everything that you want to know about the university, you'll get to know about it during the orientation week. So this is a 5-day extensive program currently being offered via the virtual mode. Hopefully soon, probably next year, it will be available on campus as well. We've got an extensive mentor program. Now, a mentor is somebody who would actually be your go-to person for anything at the university. So the university assigns mentors for international students. When they join in, they for the first 5 weeks of their commencement of the course. These people, they help the students get adjusted into the university and show them the way around the university. So probably if you want to understand how to connect with a faculty member or probably how to engage with any or join a club, they will be your go-to person and they will be able to guide you with that. We also offer a lot of career employment advice, workshops, counseling services. We've got clubs and societies, we've got a medical center, and we've got DUSA. DUSA is your Deakin University Student Association, which houses so many clubs and services. It is going to be an important part of your life at Deakin University. Do take the time to visit DUSA online as well. And definitely we've got residences as well. So we've got a residence accommodation at the campus itself. At the Burwood campus, we have more than 1,100. I think it's an approximately 1,100 bedded campus residential services that is available for students, domestic as well as international. It offers an excellent opportunity for anybody who's looking to connect with people, also looking to maximize on their cultural experience. Because here you would see students not just from India and not just from Australia, but you would see international students. And we have students from more than 120 countries who will be studying at the university. Truly an international experience is what I can assure you when you stay at the residences. I mentioned about the peer support network, where you will be given a go-to person to answer your questions. Deakin Talent. Deakin has a very, very strong focus on building your career skills and your employability. We have been very strong in our graduate outcomes. And how this works is it's a 3-way process that happens. First is the fact that the courses are designed in consultation with the industry. So whatever you will be studying which is industry relevant. Second aspect is the work integrated learning, which is built into the course. Now, this work integrated learning helps you understand from a professional perspective or from an industry perspective, how do you correlate the skills that you learn during your technical skills that you have learned, how do you correlate that to a professional space? How do you correlate or transfer them to probably a project and deliver accordingly? Apart from that, it also helps you build your team management skills. It helps you connect with other people. It helps your communication skills. It also helps you build your network. The third pillar that we have on employability is Deakin Talent, which is a very, very important pillar here. Deakin Talent is the best university career services across Australia for 3 years in a row now. And what they ideally do is that they tell you about how to build your professional skills. You know, a lot of students are not sure about how they must approach or what is expected in terms of an Australian professional environment or industry. So Deakin Talent will help you build your profile in Australia. They will help you and guide you with building your CV. They will help you with taking an interview. So there will be mock interviews. They will also tell you how to apply for a job. They will tell you about where to look for a job, how do you apply for a casual job, where do you identify a casual job, or even a full-time job. They have career success resources. So if you wish to know about what are the kind of skill sets that you require to be successful in Australia, the soft skill aspects, the attitude, all that they will brief you about as part of Deakin Talent. And they are very, very good. We've got a very positive feedback from all the students who engaged with Deakin Talent as part of their journey at Deakin University. And almost all the students do that. So this is something that you could really look forward to. And yes, they organize industry exposes as well. So it gives you an opportunity to network with the industry while you're studying at the university. And yes, we do offer scholarships and bursaries as well. So Deakin has a very strong Vice Chancellor's Meritorious Scholarship. This is 100% tuition fee waiver for full duration of studies. For students whose courses are available in November, we are offering one such scholarship in November intake as well. For this particular scholarship, we are looking for students who have strong academics as well as strong co-curricular achievements and co-curricular scholastic achievements. So if you've got a score of 80% and above in your undergrad studies, then you can apply for this scholarship for the November intake. And we are happy to review your profile and to see if you meet the achievement section aspect as well. Apart from that, we offer Deakin India scholarships as well. Deakin India scholarship is a 25% tuition fee waiver for full duration of studies. For students who are looking at studying undergraduate courses at Deakin University, we would require a minimum of 80% in their class 12. For students looking to apply for their postgraduate studies at Deakin University, we would require a minimum of 75% at the undergraduate in their undergraduate studies. We also offer a Deakin India bursary, which is a 20% tuition fee waiver for full duration of your studies. For students who have just completed class 12 and are looking to study the undergraduate programs, anything between 70 to 79.99% will get you a Deakin India bursary of 20%. For students who wish to study and enroll for the postgraduate programs, we would require a minimum of 55%, between 55 to 74.99% in their undergrad studies to be eligible for the scholarship. For students who will be starting with us in November this year or probably March next year, and will be studying from here in country via the online virtual mode, then there is a 30% in country bursary which is offered to them. So instead of the 20 or the 25% scholarship and bursary, they get a 30% bursary for the studies taken from here in India. Once they go Australia, once they reach Australia, it rolls back to the 20 or the 25% according to their academic merit. And this is all in terms of a presentation that I'd like to make today. And now I would like to continue with my discussions with Padma and with Ashish as we go forward. Just probably, just to give you a sense here, this session is being organized for students who are looking to do their IT studies at Deakin University. So that is the reason why we had a complete focus on IT facilities and IT programs in this session. Yeah, great. So I'll just quickly probably get started on with my questions to Ashish and to Padma. So I'll go to Ashish first. Ashish, you've been in Australia. How long have you been in Australia now?
Seven and a half years now.
Wow, that's an
I
amazing
came
long
to
time.
Australia in 2000. Yeah, February 2014 was when I came to Australia.
Wow, great. So tell us, why did you choose Australia? I mean, what made you choose Australia, and why Deakin University?
Yeah, that's a good question, Deepika. So basically, when you've completed your undergraduate, and if you want to study internationally, you either tend to look forward to USA or somewhere in Europe, like Germany is a good option. But then
Yeah.
with USA, there's so many uncertainties, like political things keep changing over there. So I was never interested in going to USA. Plus, everyone talks about going to USA, so that sort of made me not go towards USA. And then for Europe, you have to learn a second language, which again is an investment that you would have to make if you want to go to Germany, France, or whichever country you opt for. Australia not only had its English language advantage, but also if you see the scenery, the general way of living, just the laid back attitude and the opportunities, I thought was the perfect destination for me. And I'm actually very happy that I decided to go to Australia just because of the fact how well they have not only handled COVID, but also the lifestyle that they have offered me in the last 6 years. And now I'm an Australian citizen, so I'm very proud to be part of the country.
Great, great. And I'm sure Australia is equally lucky to have you there. I'm sure you'll do that and Deakin proud, and you'll make India proud there in that part of the world. Padma, I'd just like to understand from you, you started with your studies at Deakin University last year. So just tell us why you chose Australia, and again, why Deakin University? What made you choose that?
Thanks. I think it's already been answered by Ashish, most of the things. Those were even my considerations. For me, basically, it was between English-speaking countries only. So the Canada, US, and Australia. And, Canada was again out of question because of the cold weather. I just can't take the cold weather. I think one of the important things is Australia has amazing weathers. And it has, I think, if I compare it, even what he said about political flip-flops, a lot of policy changes in US, frequent changes in US. And I thought, no, I wanted more of a stability. I think it's particularly for me, it is because of one, weather, English speaking. And I think there's a lot of stability when you talk about Australia. And I think it was just the right kind. And of course, the education, if you compare even the education, I think it's one of the best in the world. So I think that I weighed my options, and other than that, I was more biased because I already have family members staying in Australia and a lot of friends. So I think that is one which also, made the choice very easy for me. So I chose Australia.
Okay, great. Any particular reason why you chose Deakin University? There are plenty of universities offering courses. You're on mute, Padma.
Well.
Sorry. Yeah. So Deakin is, again, everybody does a lot of research. Even I've done a lot of research and comparison and all that. That is what is required for your SOP also. So I've done a lot of research, and then I thought, like, I wanted to go into cybersecurity. That is what I had zeroed in, and then I compared a lot of universities around that, and then I wanted Deakin because other than that, it was in Melbourne, and my choice was Sydney, Melbourne, something like that. So I thought Melbourne, and then in Melbourne, I think Deakin is one of the best, and the campuses and all, if you look around, it's amazing. And also word of mouth also, because I had few friends, not direct friends, indirect friends, and I've spoken to some people around, and everybody gave some positive reviews about Deakin. And of course, the scholarship also, that also helps. I also got the scholarship, which reduces the burden in the tuition fees. And I think that is what I thought. So I didn't compare. See, I didn't. A lot of Deakin was in the top choice. There were only 2 or 3 other ones that I had to compare with, and it was an easy choice for me out there also. So not much of a hair-splitting moment out there. So Australia, after Australia, it was like once I zeroed in which state I want to be, I think it was Deakin. So that's worked.
And you're enrolled for the Masters of Cybersecurity program, right?
Yes. For Masters of Cybersecurity,
yeah. And I can tell you that Deakin is one of the best universities to study cybersecurity in Australia. We were the first ones to be probably get an accreditation from ACS for a cybersecurity program, specifically targeted to cybersecurity. So that was a very, very good feather in our hat there. And the feedback that we're getting from the industry on cybersecurity program is exceptional. In fact, just to add here, the students who will start with their undergrad studies in cybersecurity, they will also be able to take up a few certifications in cybersecurity as part of their course, which is as part of the course actually. So they don't have to pay extra for that. You might want to check the website for more details about those certifications that you will be able to take up. So interesting there. You started your studies, Padma, during the pandemic, So tell us a little about your experience and your journey till now. Yeah.
Okay. If you ask me frankly, my choice would have been to be there on the campus study. But unfortunately, I think given the current circumstances, there's nothing more that you can ask for. And I think, as you rightly said, one of the best cloud campuses. So right now, the studies is mostly through cloud campus, though we are enrolled in campus studies, but it was through cloud. And it's seamless and it's just amazing. So of course you miss the campus, but other than that, I think the experience has been very good for me, particularly. And even the something like even the students as well as the faculty members, we all are like connected to MS Team platform. So you don't feel like, what do? I can't see anybody else. It's like we have online lectures, then you have this workshops. You have any doubts, you just come up from the workshop and you clear all your doubts out there. And even the assessments and all that are pretty very seamless about it. So you don't, of course, you do miss the campus interaction, social interaction. Other than that, I think from studies point of view, till now, the experience has been amazing. Even the lecturers, you talk about them, they're also very, very, even the students are, they're very cooperative, and you need any help that you require, you just have to reach out on the discussion panel or just paying one-to-one. They're always there to help you out. So I think it's been pretty amazing experience right now. So I have no complaints about online studies as such.
And so how do you conduct your lab work? Are you required to be in the lab? So how is that facilitated?
So currently lab work is done. So there are certain, that depends on what units you're choosing, There are certain units which don't require this lab kind of workshop. It's something that, you just have to complete your assessments. It's something like on track. If I talk to you about on track system is such wherein your assessments are given you beforehand. So you have like 31 assessments, and you exactly on the day one, you have all the assessments uploaded. All that you have to do is, you have to complete this assessments, and you're free to attend all the lectures, online lectures and workshops. If you're unable to attend, you even have workshop recordings. So even the teachers, even on the learning content is all uploaded on Deakin website, which is like amazing website. So you have all the tools to start studying. Even they encourage you, if you can do your own research, if you want to finish off the assessments, even before the lecture is done, you're free to do that. And you're expected to, read through the learning content at least and come for the lectures and go through that. So that's one way of doing it on track, where all the assessments are uploaded right beforehand, and you have your pace, like 1 week or 2 week assessment deadlines per week, and you can complete it. The other type that you're talking about is where after the finishing the lectures, the unit chairs and all, they release the assessments, which is like after every there'll be a deadline of 2 weeks or 3 weeks to complete the assessment, wherein you also have workshops where certain problems are given to you. That's the lab. And then, you have to solve those problems when you are in the workshop itself. In case you stuck anywhere, your teacher is already online with you for like 2 hours continuously, they'll be with you. And then you can clear all your doubts. It's not only about what is for the assessment, other than the assessment, also they give you certain other topics so that you come prepared, or there you can, right in front of them, you can, complete the assessment and clear your doubts about those. So it works fine, at least for IT. So again, I'm saying it depends on what units you're choosing. So, and we also have something like group discussions, group presentations. So if you choose a particular unit wherein then you're placed in a group, so you have to work together as a team. And I think the best part of that group team presentation is it's of course they will judge you on the presentation and the content, but the important thing is they will also judge you on how good you are as a team player. So in fact, your scores, 10% of your scores are given by your peers out there. And they'll give you the scores depending on how good a team player you are. I think that is what they want to inculcate this, as you said, Deepika, you need to be industry ready. This is what they say, tomorrow you go out in the industry and you start working. So you're not going to work in silos, you're going to work in teams. So we need to prepare you to be a team player also and work together for the completion of the project. I think that's what they want to bring up with that. And again, I'm saying it depends on the units that you're choosing. There are different labs, either online classes. And don't worry if you're not able to attend the classes also, because I know we have a time zone difference out here. Since I'm in India, I know that. So that's okay. All the recordings as well as all the workshops and everything is already there on your portal. You just have to, click on that whenever you're doing assessment or whenever you have time. And if even after that you have any queries, you can just ping the professors one-to-one basis also. And they're ever ready to help you out with that. So I think it all works that way. Yeah.
Great, fantastic. Yeah. So Ashish, you tell me, you've been there like what, 6 years back, 7 years back now. So tell me, how was your journey and experience then? And from, at Deakin University to winning the ARN Top 30 Under 30 award, technical whiz. So how does that work out?
It was an awesome experience, Deepika. Like when you showed that clip, I was able to resonate with every part of that video. It all came back to me that we used to do this, we used to do that, all the sections. We were like, so the cube that you showed in the video, we literally call that Lord Deakin, and we would worship under that cube that, hey, allow us to pass in this. And so yeah, it was a lot of fun. 2 years at Deakin was amazing. The orientation program, the first week is just fantastic. You meet so many new people. As you said, 120 nationalities come together, and you make such strong friendships that you don't make it elsewhere. And as Padma said as well, you learn how to work in a team. So it was those 2 years were, I think, the best part of being in Australia. And it taught me a lot, like Deakin talent, when you showed, it is very crucial in terms of learning. So I had the opportunity to do 2 internships while I was studying at Deakin. So that gave me an insight into how industry works, what is expected out of you. And I kept that in my mind when I started working at NTT. So this 30 under 30, I was very proud. And basically, someone within your company nominates you for the hard work and for you going extra out of your way from your day-to-day job. So I was given this award to be a future technical leader because of the deliverables and projects that I've been involved with, and how the leadership that I've shown, only being at that time, I was, I think, only 2 years into the company, but I was showing much more leadership and in-depth experience. And all those experience came through Deakin and the retail work that I did after Deakin University. So yeah, the 7 years have just gone like that. When someone asks me how long you have been in Australia, it feels like that, yeah, it was very recent that I literally took a flight and went to Australia. And that was my first time, living abroad. It was altogether a new experience, a fun experience. And yeah, I've been very lucky, and it's been fantastic.
Great. Any challenges that you felt? It's like a new country, new culture, so cultural challenges, or probably, the education differences, the pedagogies between India and Australia are very different. So how did you adapt to that? Professionally, they are 2 different countries. So what are the challenges that you felt?
First thing first was cooking. So I never cooked at home. So that was one of the biggest challenges. I was not able to boil an egg, or I did not boil an egg while I was in India. So that was a complete change for me and in my routine. So one thing for everyone who's listening, do learn how to cook. It helps you a lot and saves you a lot of money. But yeah, culturally, vast differences. As I said, Australia is a very laid back country, so you don't usually use terms like sir or madam over there. It's very name style. So that's a very good thing over there. It's all casual. It all depends on how talented you are, and what sort of relationship you want to build. And people are very open. So one thing that I love, ask what you want to ask. You don't have to hesitate. There's no you have a valid point, you can literally walk up to your senior managers or even above them to convey your point. So that's one thing that I realized is really good in Australia. You don't have to ask for permission, things like that. So that was really nice. Amazing place, amazing people, very, very friendly people. So that was really good. Everyone was open and they understand that you are from a foreign country. English is your second language. So although we have some awkwardness when we first come to a new country, people over there make you feel very welcome. So again, as I said, just be outspoken, just go at home, and slowly you learn the slangs and you'll understand what they are trying to say as well. And communication is the key. Make your relationships as strong as within your college, within your university, within your casual job that you're doing. Really love the way they respect anyone and everyone over there. So there's no people will not look you down if you're working in a restaurant or if you're working as a sweeper. Everyone who earns, everyone who's doing hard work is respected. CEO, or if you are working, people respect. So that was something that took my mind away.
Great. Yeah. I've heard that from other students that I've spoken with in the past 1 week, and everybody has actually said the same thing. Communication is be open with your communication. Do not hesitate to talk. Do not hesitate to contact your probably your professors or faculty. If you have any doubts, they will be only be willing to help you if you ask them. Right. Secondly, networking is going to be a very, very important integral aspect of your life in Australia. A lot of jobs, a lot of opportunities are floated through word of mouth, and networking helps you go places. In fact, yesterday only somebody had shared this important information that about 70 to 80% of your opportunities will be through networking. So this is going to be a very, very important part of your success if you start networking from day one. Right. Thirdly, respect everybody. Mutual respect is something that you will have to build in. You will be looking up, people will always be treating you as an equal, and there is no looking down on anybody, irrespective of what work they might be doing. So that is one, the key differences between India and Australia that you would be able to identify probably, and as I have been informed by everybody. Thanks, Ashish, for reiterating those and confirming my thoughts there. How about
Yeah,
in
just
terms
to
of
add on
your
that,
education?
yeah, just to add on that, Deepika, like the current job that I'm in was actually referred to me by someone else. I did not even know that there was an opening with this company 3 years ago, but someone that I had talked to at my retail job actually gave me this referral that, hey, there is an opening, so why don't you apply for it since you want to learn cybersecurity and work in cybersecurity. And this just, puts spotlight that how important networking is and the value of it. And in terms of education, yeah, Deakin, as you showed, the labs are fantastic into technology. They are pioneers, I would say, in terms of developing new stuff. My company and Deakin have been collaborating for about 10 years now, and they've come up with really cool stuff. Like there's something called Flame Trainer, which is a virtual reality equipment that they've created for firefighters. And now the US and everyone else wants to have a look at what actually it does and how it can be utilized to manipulate certain scenarios. So Deakin in terms of education is amazing. Like the courses are almost in every field. I would say that they've got their courses and the accreditation. So as when you were mentioning bachelors of cybersecurity, so my company actually gets involved in what needs to be taught to students, right? As you said, that it is very much focused on what industry is going on. So it does take inputs from every other company as well, like big companies, and then they will develop their curriculum accordingly. with industries. So we have a internship program exclusively with Deakin University, and we hire interns from bachelors of cybersecurity, and we are hoping to get master's students or postgraduate students soon into our company as well as part of that internship program. You rightly mentioned they've got great connections with the industry.
Yes, Ashish, all smiles from me. Hearing you speak.
So probably the two of you can link together, get connected
Yeah,
on LinkedIn.
yeah.
Networking. Okay, Padma, we'll do this very quickly. I think we are almost 1 hour through the session, and I still have a lot of questions to ask. So very, very quickly, Padma, tell me, you've started, gone back to the university after a very long time, and what is the difference that you felt in the learning outcomes here, and how the studies are offered here at Deakin?
I think, yeah, I think what Ashish said was absolutely right. The way they teach you out here, it's mostly based on case studies, They give you a live case study. This is what it is actually happened. And this is the project that they had done for an industry. And they'll give you a case study based on that. And then you have to slowly build on it. Every aspect of cybersecurity will be covered in that particular case study. So you are industry ready. Basically, this is what is a live case. This is what the outcome was. And they'll tell you what is it that you think are your ideas. Get into it. How would you do it differently? What are the different resources that you're using? Particular, each and every, step by step they take you. So we have every week, there are 10 weeks of lectures. So every week they'll pick up a topic and then, they'll teach you about that and you do research on your own. I think again, the important thing is its emphasis is given on understanding the logic rather than just the content, A lot of practical and relevant examples are provided and it encourages you to do a lot of studying. So the difference that I would say earlier, I've never done so much of self-study or so much of researching. So right now it encourages you to look at different websites, not only one Google, maybe go to some other website, check whatever relevant topics are different and you make your own, whatever, when you're putting in, what do you say, you prepare your assessment. So it's not that you're copying from somewhere. Again, because you've done so much of research, I can just keep on writing and give my paper on it. So I think that is what I like best about it. They will not tell you what needs to be done. You need to understand what need to be. They'll give you all the tools. They'll give you the guidance, but the thinking has to be done from our end. I think that is what I like about it.
Yeah, great. Ashish, you worked in retail and then you moved on to entity. So how did you join retail and what was the purpose? What was the thought behind that? And then obviously you wanted to get into cybersecurity, right? So why retail in the first place?
Yep. Well, I started, so while studying at Deakin University, you tend to get some sort of part-time jobs, right? So this was, at that time, I joined a company called Coles, which is the biggest supermarket chain in Australia. So I joined the team as part-time over there, and I was like, okay, while I'm studying, I might as well do this job and learn, just talk to customers, talk to the locals. That's what you want to learn. When you come into a industry, you want to know how to speak proper English and how to talk to locals. So I thought this is a great opportunity. I'll earn some money on the side and will be a good learning experience. But once I finished the degree, I had some time on myself before I could actually join any specific industry. And sometimes some companies require permanent residency to be part of their graduate program or to be part of their job eligibility criteria. So I thought, while I work towards my PR, why don't I join this company and just keep with them? So I started off as casual over there. Soon they offered me a full-time position, and then I went to become a manager over there, wherein I was leading 120 team members and managing 14 different stores. That actually helped me to learn about leadership, to learn about management, to learn about financial sector as well. Okay, how does managing 14 stores? I was looking after millions of dollars at one point of time in terms of sales. So how to generate that sort of revenue, how to generate that sort of traffic into your stores, that was quite an amazing learning experience. And that actually helped me in my interview process when I was joining NTT, because not only I had the technical skills, but more importantly, as we would know, communication and the way is what matters. Technical skills you can always learn on the job as well, but how you speak to people, how you work in a team environment, that's something that employers look into. So I feel very privileged and very lucky that I was part of that retail industry where I had that amazing experience on how to talk to locals or, personality. And then eventually I went into this cybersecurity industry at NTT. And ever since I've been growing there and I've changed roles, I've been promoted quite a few times and been given this award. So I think that local experience, that retail experience is what actually built my skills. And from there, I could just climb my way up onto the corporate ladder.
And I think that's what Deakin Talent actually does. It actually helps you build those transferable skills irrespective of the industry segment. So you will be prepared for better utilization of technical skills in a more technical environment wherever you go to. Very quickly, Padma, because I want to go back to questions that the students need answers for. Very quickly, you currently working with a bank, and now you want to get into cybersecurity. Two very different areas of work. So what is the motivation there and why the shift?
Okay. I don't think there's much of a difference there, because I think cybersecurity is much more relevant in banking field, and then probably other industries, not more, maybe equally important. Because what I've observed is, because I've been working professional, I have the advantage of being associated with few MNC banks. So I understood the importance as well as the future relevance of cybersecurity, which is not only in banking, but also in all type of industries. And especially, during the lockdown period, with the digital push gathered a lot of momentum, wherein I can tell you almost every process has been digital in nature with very little human interaction, because intervention was limited, interaction was limited, so they had to go digital. So along with exponential growth in digitalization, what has happened is there's a lot of onslaught of cyber crimes and a lot of vulnerabilities also exposed in banking field as well as in other industries, which they were not even aware of. Even this could be exploited types. So, and that's how I developed a keen interest in cybersecurity. I mean, during my course of several training programs that I've undergone in the bank itself, and as a part of my responsibilities, where I had to train a larger audience also. So I had done a lot of self learning about it, and that I understood this is something which is never going to die down. This is with a huge demand of there is a huge gap currently also of a cybersecurity specialist. And then I decided, why don't I pursue this course? Because but I had this, what do you say? I wanted to pursue this course, but at the same time, I understood I don't have the skill sets. So in fact, I had applied for a few cybersecurity roles also within the organization. What they said is, you have the experience, but I don't think you have the really skill sets out here. So that's what gave me the push, why don't I do a specialization out here? So in short, to sum it up, I would say achieving proficiency in cybersecurity not only open doors to banking industry, but to every other industry which uses cyber technology, and therefore it creates a vast employment opportunities. And definitely after completing my master's, I want to understand and comprehend this, the demand. There will be a demand. Of course, it's not going to die down. So I just want to catch on that thing. So I think that's
Great. Thanks. We've got one question here from Saurabh. This is for Ashish. So apart from networking, what are the other ways, platforms to grab a job opportunity? What time approximately took you after the studies to find a full-time job?
Yeah. So first, Deakin Talent. That's your opening into the industry. They'll help you. They'll guide you in having internship opportunities, which opens again another door for networking and more into your full-time jobs. The other important aspect that people tend to forget are meetup groups. So Australia has a lot of meetup groups, be it virtually these days, but physically as well, wherein you go to these groups and there will be industry leaders be part of these small groups who will mentor you and who will train you or guide you what sort of small certificates or what sort of openings or what sort of industry accreditations that you should pursue in order to get a job. So I suggest being part of these meetup groups is very, very important, and they actually help you in understanding where the learning curve is going. So when you said that I'm learning Splunk and I'm doing these certification, Microsoft, solution architecture or any of those. You get to know these when you're part of these meetup groups, that actually what is happening in the industry and how can you be ready for this industry. Third, I would say your LinkedIn profile. Very, very important to have a professional looking LinkedIn profile, because these days, most of your recruiters, the first thing they'll notice is how does your LinkedIn profile looks like. Is it relevant? Is it current? Are you keeping up? And what sort of, even posts that you like? It's definitely not Facebook. It's definitely not your Instagram. It's a very, very important corporate social network. So what type of post you are liking, what sort of comments you're making on different posts, recruiters tend to see even that. So be very careful in what you're liking and what sort of comments and what you're sharing on your LinkedIn profile. These days, everyone looks at it. So it's very important to keep that updated and keep that relevant. And then other is your part-time job. It may go into your full-time job, as I was lucky enough. I got my full-time job in that industry right after I finished my graduation from Deakin University. You have your 2 year of working visa, and I was able to secure a full-time job in that small amount of time. If you're looking into a corporate role, if you've got good internship, that can be converted into a full-time job. I've seen a lot of my friends who had internships, and eventually once they finished that graduate role or graduation, they were able to convert that into a full-time job. So it depends on how keen you are, how much of efforts you're making during your university, that and how many friends or network you have created. You will only get job through that. Yes, there are job openings, but most of the people in Australia, how they work is through networking. Can I invest my time and my company's efforts into hiring this person will only be given by a good referral. So that's again very, very important.
Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Any further questions from anybody, from any of the attendees? Great. I think we have answered all their queries at the back end, so there are no further questions there. But just my, probably just Ashish, just your last thoughts before we wind up for the session on what is it that you would advise the students?
Deepika, there are a few questions as well that if you allow me, I can answer as well. So someone asked about internships. So internships, you can start off as within first month or second month of your course, depending on, again, how keen you are. From Deakin University themselves, you have to finish 2 semesters, and that's when you are eligible to be part of the internship program. If you go out of your way and your network, you can get internships sooner than that. But I think Deakin University offers after completing 2 semesters. That's what was the structure when I was studying. So there's that. Yeah, so the internship opens pretty much, opportunities open pretty much as soon as you start your course. Officially, 2 semesters into your course. And then there's another question.
I think Kaushik's question, I'd just like to take that. Kaushik, this is a personal, so Kaushik asks, everyone recommends the US as the best option. Why is this perception there, even with so many issues in the US? Ashish, it's for you to probably do your research. There will be strong takeaways from most of the universities, which will align to what you like most, or what is it that you want to get from your education. So this is a personal discussion, probably a personal assessment of what exactly do you wish to gain from your university and the country that you're looking for. I wouldn't make it as a generalist answer on that one. So do your thorough research, and probably you could come back to us and we'll be happy to have this discussion offline. Akash says, can you enlighten me on whether after the studies pertaining to masters in cybersecurity, the opportunities to work that open up are corresponding to the Australian job scene, or it can be applicable to other countries as well? Ashish?
Yeah, I would say it can be applicable to other countries as well. study that you do for cybersecurity, right? Cybersecurity itself is a very niche market. So once you learn the basics and once you learn the technology itself, that can be applicable to any and every country in the world. The technology does not change with the country. The basics does not change with the country. So once you have studied, irrespective of wherever you have studied, the technology remains same. So if you have learned from Deakin University, you can get a job in Canada, you can get a job in US, you can get a job in India. So yeah, once you've done your course, jobs open up for every country.
Can we get a direct relevant job after passing out of a master's, or is it possible only after obtaining PR?
You can get a direct job just after completing your master's. The key would be your internship and your networking. Some of the companies, especially which are smaller and require permanent residency as part of the job eligibility criteria. There's only few companies who do graduate programs while on the job that requires permanent residency, because they want to make sure that you're going to stay in Australia for a longer time. So that's why that criteria is there. But quite a few of my friends, they've got direct jobs after finishing their degrees.
Yeah. One question for Padma here. Studying online is fine, as you guys explained, such as Padma ma'am said, but how to manage practical session online? Hope will not face any difficulty out there. Padma, this is for you.
Difficult in the sense, I don't think, I'm sure I didn't get the question. Difficult in terms of completing, or difficult in terms of, PR?
Managing a practical session or studying a practical session, being part of it.
Yeah, big part of it. I think if you're able to do it, it's wonderful. If you're not able to do it, there are recordings. They have given that kind of a leeway. It's not mandatory right now, because understanding the situation, there's also time zone difference across. People have not been able to come. So they've not made it mandatory right now. So it is up to you. If you're able to attend, well and good, it's going to help you out. Even if you're not, they're saying it's okay. We have all the recordings for you. All the content is there. Just go through it, or anytime you can just reach out to us and we'll be there to help you out. I think that kind of a liberty is given. So it's fine. I mean, you are able to do it. All the thing is you need to be disciplined about it. And I think that's how it is. So there are no practical difficulties as such. At least I am not facing that, I can tell you.
Sure. Simrandeep, just to add on to that, and for all the others who intend to start their studies online in November this year or March next year, I would perceive this as a very, very good opportunity for you to start your studies, primarily because it helps you build an understanding of a country, a new country and a new culture, new education system. And the university is giving you that flexibility where you can start your studies on a partial basis. So instead of doing the full semester online, it is a very good opportunity for anybody to start their studies with 1 or 2 units of study, right? So that, and we all know that the borders are likely to open up sometime. I mean, today after the government's decision today, or the notification today, it is much expected that the borders will open up very, very soon, right? So we all know that you will be able to travel to Australia some part next year. So use the time now to get a head start on your course and a head start on the professional aspects. Build your professional skills while you're here in India, connect with Deakin Talent, build your academic skills while you're here in India, so that when you go there and you have to study the full 4 units of study, it'll be much easier for you. And you will be able to focus on the larger things in life, something like probably you may want to do a part-time job, you want to do voluntary work, you want to work on projects, you want to do up some freelancing work that might interest you. So there's a whole lot of opportunities that are available for you. So it makes a lot of sense, practical sense, for you to start now, specifically for the fact that because the courses that are offered, it's the same engagement, same content, and there is no compromise in the learning outcomes. Okay. Padma, thoughts from you? Just 2 minutes, just last 1 minute parting thoughts.
Yeah, I think what Deepika has said, I agree with that almost. We've been having this conversation also. And that's what I said. It's right now I'm doing it. I don't take many units because I'm still working full time right now. I just take 1 or 2 units per sem. And I think I manage my work and manage my studies also with that, because I know later on, once I go there, it's going to be, chaos with, a lot of things to be done. And as you said, I want to start working. I want to be involved with a lot of internship programs. And I think I will not be able to do justice to my course if I'm involved with those. So thinking from that point of view, that is what even I am doing right now. I want to finish at least 1 or 2 units. And I think I can do it at my pace, which helps me, because if there are 4 or 5 at one, I will not be able to do justice to everything. So right now, I think it works out in my favor, saying that I'm managing things. I have a job. I'm doing my studies also. Plus, I have time to understand what I'm doing. And that is more important. I think it's what you said is right. Just get started on it. And any which is going to open, right? Another 3 months, 6 months down the line, whenever it's
absolutely.
So I think,
thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Ashish, for taking the time to meet us today. Thank you, Padma. I know both of you are very, very busy, but thank you for taking up this time to meet all the students and to guiding them for their studies at Deakin. Really appreciate it.
thanks, Deepika. Thanks for having us. Thanks.
Have a great day, everybody, and be safe. Thank you.